Yeah, absolutely. Unbelievable game, unbelievable atmosphere. Proud of our fans, proud of the support we have. Happy for our guys that they have that support. You got to give Connor Nolan credit. He was able to locate that breaker pretty much any count. And, I thought in that first inning when Mikey squared up that ball and it hit off of them and they got out of it, that was a big play for them and it proved to be a really big play to keep us off the board for just probably 2 runs. I thought Carlson matched them. They got those 3. That 1 run, we can't be walking 2 people like that. But our guys fought. They played hard. And you have to give credit to Arkansas. They just beat us today, but we'll come out ready to roll tomorrow.
Yeah, Bob Holt, Arkansas Democrat, is that? Danny, what was your take on Connor Nolan?
Yeah, he had an electric slider today. He kept us off balance. It's tough to hit when you got, your best pitch rolling. So, got to tip the cap to him and come back ready to play them all.
And how tough is that? You load the bases, 1 out, and then he gets out of it, strikeout, makes it the line drive.
Yeah, I mean, that's baseball. Mikey hit that ball in the nose. It just happened to hit his leg and bounce right next to him. So hopefully those bounces go for us tomorrow.
The News and Observer, this is for Danny and Max. How much comfort, how much confidence do you guys take out of knowing you basically were in the same position last weekend, needing to win out in order to advance? And that was something that, since the format changed, Carolina had never done before in the regional, been able to win anything.
Yeah, well, I feel like we've been playing with our backs against the wall for as long as I can remember. So, we're ready for it. If any team's gonna do it, it's gonna be this one.
Max, what was the pitch that Stovall hit? Maybe could you just go through that inning where the 5th inning, I guess, when I got 3 runs? You obviously been pitching pretty well then.
Yeah, I remember the first at bat, I blew 3 by him. Props to him for being ready for the next at bat. Sitting the heater, and just props to him for being ready for that. So, yeah.
And then Webb, their leadoff guy, he got on 4 times. I guess how big a test was he to face?
Yeah, when you got a guy that can get on base like that consistently, it's always gonna help the team out. And Webb had that going for him today. And not really much to say. Just gotta shut it down better.
Matthew Clements, Inside Carolina. This question's from Max. The Diamond Heels pride themselves on pitching and defense, and today the Hogs turned the tables on you. Can you talk about what it was like to see, the other team pulling off the playbook that normally has led y'all to such success?
Yeah, no, I mean, we just got to keep our heads down and keep working and come back tomorrow and, get the job done.
Danny, going off what you mentioned earlier to CL about, if anybody can pull this off, it's us. Do you feel like that's sort of the general mood in the locker room right now? You obviously don't want to lose the opener, but do you feel like that's sort of the mindset to already shifting ahead to tomorrow?
Yeah, I mean, we were kind of joking about it. Like, nothing's been easy this year. So, it was probably always going to be 3 games. But, it's baseball. You can't win every day. And today they beat us. So we're going to back out there tomorrow and try to get a win.
Shelby Swanson, Daily Tar Heel. This is a question for either player. Just asking, how does the 3 back-to-back elimination game wins in the Chapel Hill Regional, how does that give you some confidence going into tomorrow's game?
Yeah, like Danny said before, our backs have been against the wall, and I don't think anyone's worried, and we're just going to come back tomorrow and get to game 3.
Scott, Caden Smith, he's been their starter all year, 2 starters. Then saved the last game, still out and came in today. What did you think of him, and were you guys thinking he might clause after what happened in Stillwater? Kind of what was the Scott report?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, he's a fastball guy, and I think he, had the confidence in that role. Obviously, doing it on the road in that tough environment. So, as a coaching staff, I'm sure they talked about it and played it out, and like you should ahead of time. And they thought, okay, if we get in this situation, that's the guy we're going to go to, and that's what they did.
Gregory Hall, Inside Carolina. This is for Danny and you, Scott. As far as offensive approach for tomorrow, is it different for the approach that you guys take after kind of witnessing what the offense did today, or is it just squaring it up more? Or what do you?
Yeah, I mean, we'll go over the starting pitcher tomorrow. Have an approach for lefties and righties. And we try to stay aggressive regardless of pitcher, and then just make little tweaks, based on what he's got and what his strengths are. So we'll adjust for tomorrow.
Yeah, and on that too, if you really know the game of baseball, as good as Nolan was, top to bottom, he only struck out 8 times, and he had an elite pitch. So we won't change anything. Our guys look great in the box. We couldn't get that big hit, and sometimes the pitcher can be the equalizer. And I really thought he was. I was over there in the third base box, just hoping that he would lose the feel for that slider. Because if you can throw that type of pitch that's that elite in any counts, it's hard to manufacture runs.
Max, you obviously been good in your postseason starts. I'm not saying you weren't today. Like, this is a good team you're playing. How would you rate your stuff today as compared to maybe some of the recent starts you've had? What did you think?
Yeah, I felt really good today. Just left some stuff up and they hit it and got those 3 runs in the 5th, and that got it done for them.
Matt Jones, Democrat Gazette. This is for Coach Forbes and for Danny. You guys seem like you were on Connor Nolan's pitches in the first inning. Was there something different that he did after the first that gave you problems?
I didn't think so. We just had Angel jumped him, then Mac got out, and Danny just had a great at bat where he just found, the game of baseball. You didn't necessarily punch that ball, but he found a spot and got a double out of it. And he made some really, really good pitches. Looked like they were pitching around Vance. And, Alberto didn't move the ball, and, Mikey just took a great swing. I think his stuff was good out of the gate. And you have to get some breaks here and there, and they found some holes and we didn't.
How confident and confident is it that you're able to get Brandon the ball tomorrow? And also, how has he recovered from all the pitches he threw last weekend?
Yeah, great. He had a great week. He's very comforting. All these guys are comforting. I've been along on this ride ever since. They've taken all of us on it. And this is a group that I firmly believe can do anything. So you got a guy on the mound that's got experience, and at the end of the day, it's a weekend series, and you got to win it. You got to win 2 games. We just didn't get that first one.
Coach, Pat James, Baltimore Bulletin. How massive was Katie going out there? Your 3 scores kind of keeping you in it, and also just for how it might go the rest of the weekend.
Yeah, 100%. And this time of year, you got some guys nicked up a little bit, and he's not. And him to bridge that gap and not have to go to Palermo, not have to go to Beauvais, and I thought that was huge for us. If it would have got a little bit closer, we might have considered Davis. When you're behind, you don't want to use your closer unless you absolutely have to. So I thought he was outstanding today.
What would you say about Schaefer? I mean, it's kind of eerie to say that. What makes him so good?
He's just consistent. You know what you're going to get. He's going to be in the zone. He gets better as the game goes, which is a great attribute for a starter. And he's a tremendous kid, unbelievable student. He just represents us extremely well in everything that he does.
Vance, obviously, with home run number 25, I just have to ask, he's now is in territory that no one's been in before. Just thoughts on?
Yeah, it's unbelievable. Obviously, too, to know that he's only a freshman and that all you guys and fans get to watch him more in his Carolina career. But, what makes Vance so special is not necessarily those 25 home runs, and these guys can tell you he's just a great kid. He's extremely humble, so I'm really happy for him.
Michael Coe, WCHL. Scott, I know Colby got the last out of the game, but still getting 2 hits out of the 9-hole. What do you think was working for him in his approach today?
Yeah, I think his batting average is really misleading. Another, misleading stat. He's had good at bats. He's walked. He's got hit by pitches. He hasn't struck out a ton. And he's played great defense. So, that's big for us because we want it to be throughout 1 through 9, and I feel like we have that. And again, Nolan just gave us some fits.
And Scott, I know you don't like to compare teams, but kind of taking the temperature of the dugout here, does this in any way compare to maybe some of the past teams who've been in the super regionals for you, just in terms of the guys don't seem to be like this they don't seem to be fazed by losing this first game, like the level of confidence, I guess I'm saying. Does this kind of compare to any other?
Yeah, I would have to compare them a little bit to 2018. It's a resilient group, a group again that, this group though, more than that group, nobody really expected much out of this group, so they've showed a lot of people. But this group has been, close, tight, unified, even through those tough times. So this is just another, block in the road that we've had, and we talked to our guys about the importance of having perspective and living in the moment. And even if we'd have won that game, today, I challenge them all the time. You have to have the same approach every day in this game. We're realistic, we know what's at stake, and they know that, and you get that out of the way. But at the end of the day, you just have to come out tomorrow, and you have to fight, and you have to play.
Thanks so much.
Thank y'all.
Appreciate it.